Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you are. Guys, you know what? I wanted to, before we get into it, smash the like button. Guys, I am going to try going live. Let's see if we can go live today, later on a little, maybe at 9, half 9. Let's see if I feel great. But yeah, smash the like button as always, guys. Smash the like button. Make sure you give the video a like. Guys, I wanted to get into it and I wanted to talk about Canelo Alvarez and how I seem to feel that there's some kind of agenda against him. And what I mean by that is, like, I've noticed ever since that Canelo was taken over from Floyd, there seems to be a segment of the fans that seem to have a problem. Like, they seem to have an agenda against him, where no matter what he does, you know, they talk nonsense about him. No matter what he does in the game, you know, they seem to have a problem with him. And he doesn't seem to get his flowers. Now, this is probably something that happens with every fighter that is on top of the world, like Canelo. But I see that there's a lot of problem with Canelo Alvarez, and people just can't give him his flowers. Some people, certain people of the media, maybe certain YouTube channels, they just seem to have an issue and they can't give him his flowers. They don't give him his flowers. You know, they constantly say he's not fighting the best. They constantly take away. But yet the guys that they're pushing, the fighters that they're pushing and the narratives that they're pushing are not fighting anybody either. But all those fighters are waiting to fight Canelo Alvarez. But yet they give Canelo Alvarez stick for ducking. I don't understand this. I don't understand this hate towards Canelo Alvarez. I don't understand it. You know, if you look at his resume, and people say, oh, no, well, his resume is trash. Like, you know, Christian said it. Christian said that he doesn't think his resume is good. Well, how many other fighters does... I'd love to ask Christian, how many other fighters have better resume? Manny Pacquiao. That's it. I'm not saying that his resume is the best in boxing history, but the fact of the matter is that in today's boxing, right, he's definitely got one of the best resumes. That's unquestionable. That's not really up for debate. But he doesn't seem to get credit for me. Seems to me that there's so many people that are trying to pull him down, trying to pull him down and trying to diminish what he's doing in the sport of boxing, which I find kind of ridiculous, if I'm totally honest with you. There's no one in boxing that is putting in the work like Canelo Alvarez. Like I said, he fought Callum Smith, and I've said this many times. He fought Callum Smith in December. He fought Yildirim in February. He fought May. He fought Billy Joe. Now in November, he's fighting Caleb Plant. In the space of 11 months, he would have cleaned out a division. Who in the sport of boxing in the space of 11 months cleaned out a division? Emphatically then. Not like having close decisions and no, emphatically. People can say that, oh, well, the 168-pound division isn't very strong. It's irrelevant though. Because those are still champions and he's cleaning them out. Most fighters would struggle to beat him like that. You put Jamal Charlo, anyone, even Andrade in with all of those guys at 168, he'll struggle. Andrade struggled with Liam Williams. He had a hard fight with Williams. And yeah, you may say he won every round, but he struggled. You know, it wasn't an easy fight. It wasn't a dominant performance like Canelo did to Smith or Canelo did to Saunders. That was dominant. And then if he does the same to Plant, Canelo Alvarez is going to clean out a division in 11 months, but he still gets so much hate. Ridiculous that there's a fighter that really constantly tests himself against the best in the division. And listen, Andrade's time will come. Andrade and Charlo's time will come as well. They'll all get, I'm pretty sure Canelo will fight all of them. Or, for me, if he moves up to 175, then, and he doesn't fight Charlo or Andrade, I ain't got a problem with that. Because, like I said, for me, Bivol and Beterbiev are more dangerous fights for Canelo than Charlo and Andrade, for me. So that wouldn't be ducking at all for me. Because how can you say that he's ducking a 160 fighter, but then going to fight a 175 fighter in their primes? Beterbiev and Bivol are in their primes. They're bigger, they're strong. They punch harder. They're more dangerous for Canelo. So you can't sit here and tell me that, you know, Canelo Alvarez will be ducking Charlo or Andrade if he goes up and fights the top guys, you know, at 175. But I'm pretty certain that there will be people that say that. Just think about that again. Canelo Alvarez will become undisputed champion in 11 months, but still receive so much hate. It's ridiculous. I find it ridiculous that, you know, people just can't give Canelo his flowers. Some of it is they just don't want to give him credit. Some are driven by an agenda. Some of them are driven by whatever. But it is frustrating for me as a pure hardcore boxing fan that Canelo just doesn't seem to get his credit. And when somebody, for me, is fighting the best constantly in a division, he deserves credit, you know? You can't continue to move the goalpost. You can't say that, oh, well, you know, Plant's going to be trouble for him and he's not fighting this style or this style. And then when he beats Plant, then come out with another excuse why, you know, he's still ducking this so-and-so. You know, how many excuses are you going to keep coming out with? Before you know, in order for you not to call the guy great, but because you don't think he's great and you think, you know, he's not as good as he is, but yet he still continues to do great things in the sport, you eventually have to just say, you know what, the guy's great. The guy fights everybody. He's fighting the best. And if you don't think that's great, then tell me another fighter that is great. Tell me another fighter that is doing what he's doing. Because I can assure you, you can't. There isn't one. That's why you can't. There isn't another fighter that can do that. And that's the issue, and that's the problem in boxing, that unfortunately, you know, there's people... one thing I've noticed with boxing, that there's so many people that are agenda-driven. You know, they're biased. I don't know why. I don't know why they can't just call a situation neutrally and just look at it, but they're pushing, you know, some kind of bias. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. It's frustrating, but that's just a fact. That's just the fact that, you know, there's people out there pushing bias narratives, man, and it's like, why are you doing that? Just give the guy the credit that he deserves. Give the guy the credit he deserves. And let's be honest, Canelo Alvarez deserves a lot of credit. You know, he's not ducking. He's not ducking these guys. Why? What's he got to fear? What's he got to fear? The guy fought Lara when he didn't have to fight Lara. You know, he fought Mayweather at a time when he didn't really need to fight Mayweather. He could have dodged that fight and say, you know what, Mayweather's too experienced. But no, he took that fight. Then he fought someone like Lara. Cotto, you know, he's not afraid, man. He's not afraid. He fights everybody. So, and he fought Trout, another style that was hard for him. Similar style, another style, and he wasn't afraid. But yeah, for some reason, people seem to think the guy's ducking and dodging. And come on, man, let's give him a break. The guy's a world-class fighter. He doesn't seem to get his credit. You know, ridiculous. Ridiculous. But yeah, that's my rant over. Leave your thoughts, guys. Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.